What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more live aha from the 1991 performance in Argentina. We're getting closer to the end of the concert, and the next track in the playlist is You Are the One, which, of course, I've come to understand is not everybody's favorite, and I completely get that. I don't think it's one of the best songs in their catalog, but I do think it's fun. I do think it's a light affair that is entirely inoffensive, and I enjoy some moments from Morton's vocals in particular. So yes, again, maybe not a standout tune in their catalog, which I suppose raises the question of it being included in a live performance track list. Now again, Stay on These Roads, it's not terribly far behind this performance, only a few years, so it's in one way not surprising, but again, knowing that there are tunes that perhaps were not part of this playlist that at least some would have considered preferable, it does always raise the question of, why a band chooses to perform certain songs in their set list over different tours. So yes, either way, again, I enjoy this song for what it is, and I'm curious to hear what they'll do with it in a live performance. Let's give it a listen. This is a-ha with the live performance of You Are the One from their 1991 concert in Buenos Aires. Like that. You are one, now we stay on touch you so hard. I thought you didn't let me win. Don't even care, you don't care where I've been, but I do. All letters I sent to put your life in the palms of your hand. Maybe now you can see that it's got to be me. If you leave me, I understand. Yeah, if you leave me, I understand. love the way some live performances have that extra crescendo, and you don't quite know when they're going to end it, and there's a little bit more, and a little bit more, and now it's done. And I enjoy the way this performance of this song ended with that. And yeah, like, I won't go so far as to say it made the song edgier, but there was definitely a bit more energy, a bit more drive to it, and a bit more of a live band feel, which, again, it's a live performance. Of course, that's going to be the case. But it gave the song a slightly different feel. It felt a little bit less light and poppy, and I guess that's the light and poppy dance that I did there. But yes, it felt like there was a bit more... Again, grit is an overstatement, but it felt like there was a bit more heaviness. Like, all these words seem like a bit too strong, and yet relative to the original, I think they all apply. And indeed, the transitional sections with the keyboard run, it felt a little darker, and while that, once again, might be too strong of a word independently speaking, I feel like relative to the very light and poppy album version, those transitional sections with that keyboard run, they felt a bit more, dark or mysterious. So yeah, I like the way the song hit here, and I feel like, I'd prefer it performed this way relative to the album version, even though, once again, I consider the album version entirely inoffensive, and there are aspects of it that I enjoy. I did also enjoy, speaking of parts of what I enjoy from the album version, Morton's vocals, again, in a good place, and there weren't any moments here where it's like, oh, he sounds a bit fatigued. And in fact, a couple of those vocalization shouts, in transitional moments, a couple of them had some real rasp and fire to them, which, again, knowing that, in the 90s more generally, in this concert, on this tour, he's doing some really fiery things with his vocals. Here, it was just... Again, some vocalizations in between the lines. He didn't take any of the lines to that place, the proper lyrics or the vocals of the regular part of the song, but in some of those moments he did hit with a bit of heat, and then there was, I think, a nice balance between the different types of delivery he does in the song more generally. So yeah, I enjoyed his vocals here in the live idiom, and that section where it's sort of, his vocals come to the fore, and he has a bit more of a melodic bend to it. It felt like the audience really responded to that, which, one, that could be for the vocals themselves, but of course it makes me wonder if he just had a certain look, or he was sort of engaging with the audience in suddenly a very notable way in that moment, and that was part of why that crowd reaction happened as it did. Either way, again, I got nothing against this tune, and I think this is maybe the most compelling performance of it I remember hearing. So, yeah, let me know what you think, and I will see you for the next one. Peace.